talking a little bit more about visual tech and business applications. Next up, I'm very happy to bring up, as you have probably noticed throughout these last day and a half or almost 2 days, there's some big companies that get 5 and 10 minute presentations, and there's some smaller startups, earlier stage, to get 5 and 10 minute keynotes. And it's on purpose to mix it up. Blockchain. How is blockchain going to impact the visual technology industry? It's not really a word we typically use historically in visual tech, but Jesse from Mediachain is going to talk about blockchain technology and how it's going to preserve visual content and associated metadata. Jesse, come on up here. Take it away.
Thanks, Evan, and thank you all for sticking this late in the day. So again, I'm Jesse from Mediachain Labs. I'm going to talk about preserving content attribution using blockchain technology and machine learning. But first, I'm going to start with a personal story, and I'm going to show some images that some of you might find a little gory. So just a heads up. So these photos that I'm going to show are from my father's archive. He was an evidence photographer in New York City during the less glamorous period of the 80s and 90s. And yeah, he has this amazing archive that not many people have seen before, with the exception of detectives, lawyers, judges, victims, plaintiffs. When I was a kid, my sister and I used to sort of sneak into his office because we thought they were really cool, and to have a look at them. And I always thought that the world needed to see these photos because there's something very artistic about them. So with the help of a few friends, I digitized the photos, and that resulted in this retrospective here on Days Magazine, which is a cool online publication. And naturally, after this article was published, those photos went viral, which was literally my dad's worst fear in digitizing the photos. When they went viral, he lost touch with the photos, who was interacting with them, where they were living, etc. And that happens to millions of creators every single day. Billions of images are shared online every day, but the internet is blind. And what I mean by that is that images are just dumb boxes in our feed. We don't know who made them. So here we have sort of an Instagram personality who steals images to build a massive fan base. And there's Richard Prince, who reappropriates Instagram art and sells it for hundreds of thousands of dollars. The internet is blind because we don't know what images are about. So here Justin Bieber is getting choked inside of a club, kind of looks like a Renaissance painting or something, but what's the story here? And here, a photoshopped image portrays this person as a terrorist and gets mistakenly circulated as news, which is obviously extremely dangerous. And the internet is blind because there's no way to reward creativity. So if I like this photo on Twitter, only the account that posts it gets the gratitude. And this account is just an aggregator called History and Pics. Again, the creator doesn't know where their work is or who's interacting with it. Yet, there are commercial products out there that allow us to look up information about content, like Shazam and Google reverse image search, which have been around for years. So we asked ourselves, what if all the information about media was openly available and any developer could easily retrieve it? We'd then be able to know who made an image, its history, or even how to pay the creator in a completely open and programmable way. And that was the spark behind Mediachain, which is an open and decentralized universal media library. And the goal of Mediachain is to enable an internet that can see. And it combines two sort of buzzword technologies that I'll explain in more detail: blockchain, which is an open, decentralized database, and machine learning, which is content identification similar to Shazam and Google reverse image search. So just like Bitcoin, there we go, all the data in Mediachain is stored in an open source public blockchain. This means that the data is completely open and shared in a peer-to-peer network that's not controlled by any central party. This is really important because openness means anyone can participate and collaborate on the data without ceding control to a third party. And second component of Mediachain, machine learning, which you guys have heard a lot about here at the summit, allows any participant to search the open decentralized data using a piece of content. So again, content identification to retrieve information about it. And the result of these two technologies is that Mediachain can turn a piece of media into an information transmitter. So instead of a creator relying on the social network where they publish, Mediachain gives creators a permanent voice through their work no matter where it is. So when David Bowie died earlier this year, this GIF, which is supposed to be animated, but is not, was probably the most circulated image of him on social media. It was sort of the perfect format to go viral. It had a photo of Bowie, or an illustration of Bowie at every stage of his life. But unfortunately, as it went viral, the authorship and the quality of the image sort of degraded. And on the left here, on the left here is what that looks like. So this image is cropped. The artist's signature has been removed. There's incorrect attribution in the left corner, and it's compressed and discolored. On the right is an example of what this image could look like inside an application that was using Mediachain. So in this example, because the developer connected to the open data in Mediachain, the app is able to display the original high-res artwork with attribution for the artist automatically baked in. So imagine being able to connect with the creator of any image that you see in your feed, or being able to reward a songwriter directly just by virtue of pressing play. Mediachain can enable us to discover everything about what we're watching, reading, looking at, or listening to, no matter where we find it. And today, over 2 million images have been contributed to Mediachain by organizations that want to benefit from the open reuse of their work online. And in the future, Mediachain will integrate with hardware and software to automatically register creativity at inception, expanding a universal media library that can empower creators, consumers, and developers with richer context about the media that we share. So developers, especially computer vision people in the audience, can get involved in our community online. There's a GitHub and a Slack link where both are public, everything is open source. And content people in the audience, I encourage you to openly share your data to enable a wider reach and enable innovation around your content using these open source technologies. Thank you very much.